has been introduced. So anybody with the registration of MSMEs or with that registration in GEM portal can participate and can take advantage of the system. The payment will be made online in your bank account. So I hope that we'll be getting more MSMEs in the production of the defense items so that by 2025, we can have a turnover of 1.70 lakh thousand crores. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajiv, for highlighting the contribution of MSMEs in the overall production of the ordnance factories in the country, as also the procedures for getting into the OFB by the MSMEs to be on their portal and compete in the tenders. Now we have Shekhar Srivastav, the former CEO of HAL Bangalore complex. I mentioned that he's got tremendous amount of experience in terms of license production, overhaul, upgrade of a lot of weapon systems, especially aviation side, aircraft, etc. So I'd request him to highlight how the HAL is growing, how the tasking of its is being done in terms of participation of MSMEs, because the HAL does give a lot of work, outsource a lot of work to MSMEs, and similarly, they also work shoulder to shoulder with the HAL personnel and specialists in their MRO complexes. Right, Mr. Srivastav, please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. The dignitaries on the dais, the members, the participants from SMEs, a very good afternoon. First of all, let me thank BCCI for giving me this opportunity to address the SMEs and the MSMEs representatives. I'm very privileged to be addressing you and sharing the thought process at HAL. I also thank General Chakravarti, who introduced in the first statement, he introduced HAL product. The helicopter which flew to that height is produced by HAL, Cheetah helicopter. And unfortunately, despite the desire, it is the only helicopter still flying to that altitude with the 60 kg load, which he said is either one passenger or a jerry can of kerosene or his load. So the situation into the aviation industry is very, very different from the other industries. Before I start, let me shortly, in a very short way, introduce Hindustan Aeronautics Limited to you. Hindustan Aeronautics Limited is a premier aerospace company of Southeast Asia. We have been established in 1940 as a private company, as a model of private-public partnership. We are the first company to have that model implemented in 1940. It was taken over by Government of India in 1962, became a part of the Defense Public Sector, Defense Ministry of Defense. It has achieved a turnover of 19,800 crores in the last year, and which is higher than the ordnance factory, which has got quite a number of units, as you can see. As mentioned by my colleague here, another fellow presenter here, that the last total turnover of the defense public sectors was 45,000 crores in the last year. Out of that, 20,000 crore was from HAL. Rest all, 7 more DPSUs and ordnance factory together have produced 25,000 crores. We have products ranging from systems, engines, aircraft, and full aircraft, design and development, and also for the upgrade and life extension. We have designed, despite the popular belief, we have designed 17 types of platform of our own and produced 14 types of platform under license. The first supersonic aircraft was designed by HAL in 1962, and 140 of them were supplied to Indian Air Force, which were used significantly. We have been continuously paying dividend to Government of India. So far, we have paid something around 31,000 crore of dividend to Government of India against an equity investment of 120 crore. Very few companies would have that record. We have paid back more than 15,000 crores to Government of India as part of the disinvestment and the buyback of shares. We procure, as a policy, we procure more than 28% of our requirement from the Indian vendors. Majority of them being the SMEs and MSMEs. We have around 2,500 vendors, across India supplying the requirements. And these are not services. I'm talking about this 28% is not the services what we are talking about. I'm talking about the hardware which goes into our product, supplied by the Indian vendors. But I'm sorry to say that at this forum standing here in the land of Bengal, that the number of vendors registered on our portal pertaining to the east part of the country is mere 3% of that 28%. Total vendors which are registered from the eastern region of India with HAL portal is 93 against the figure of 1,726 which we have. It's a very challenging, it is a very, very thought-provoking process for us to understand that why this is happening. So what we do, that we try to analyze that what are the challenges which the MSMEs or the SMEs face while entering into the aerospace and defense project. So I would be giving answers to many questions which you would be putting into after the session, after the panel discussions. The first requirement, why it is so difficult for MSMEs or SMEs to enter the aerospace and defense, and particularly aerospace. What we produce in a year is less than the production of an automobile industry in a day. I produce 12 aircraft in a year, or maybe maximum 24 aircraft in a year, whereas when I did my summer training in Tata Telco in 1982, it was 120 trucks a day. So this is the requirement of an aerospace industry in India. It's a defense requirement. We don't produce, except when it is F-35 produced by the US company, which is quite significant, 150 or maybe 300 per year. So the minimum requirement or the very limited number of the product requirement puts many of the industries away from the aerospace business. Second, the challenge which is there, the apprehension about the quality. There is an apprehension, there is a hesitation. What we talk about in all over the world is that ISO 9000. But aerospace industry does not require ISO 9000. It requires beyond that. It requires the industries which want to participate to have the requirement, quality requirement as AS9100D, which is much more than ISO 9000, because ISO 9000, if it is at this level, AS9100 is at this level, and it is the version which is C or D. Minimum is C, desirable is D, or the latest. That puts a lot of onus onto the company which is procuring and on the suppliers who are participating. But here is the silver lining. If you bring your quality standard to AS9100D, not a single company in the world can reject your product. Not a single commercial company can say a single thing about your product. Why it is so? Because it builds the quality the way which is suitable for not only the aerospace industry, but it will be a different class of product. When we also go and try to buy a product in the market, we look for a name, we look for a brand. That branding is given by AS9100D. So this is very challenging to get that, but it is also very rewarding. The third, which is very important, is the testing and certification. Fellow panelist has talked about the requirement of testing and certification as a part of the BRD. It's very difficult. The requirements are, you have to put the item which you have produced. If you have designed, you have to put it onto the test, which may range from the environmental testing to the thermal cycling to the flight test. Now these flight tests are to be conducted on the actual aircraft. It cannot be simulated in ground. And it is not easy. We have the friends from airlines. We have our senior Air Chief Marshal Raha. Each flight of a fighter aircraft is a huge cost. It will not be easy for a person to do that testing on its own, develop a system. There is where HAL comes into picture. I would like to assure the whole forum at this point of time that HAL has taken a decision to go along with Government of India's policy of Make to policy, which says that we would put our requirement. We would put our requirement for 3 years and 5 years or 7 years in together to make the quantity very lucrative. With the commitment that if the person who is into that business, if he is successful, he will get that assured order for 3 years or 5 years or 7 years supply, the number which is quoted into the RFQ. That gives the chance, that gives the incentive to join. It also, HAL has given that pledge that the cost of testing and the certification would be kept at minimal, if not zero. We would prefer to keep it zero because I know that the cost is very high. Supposing that a system which is costing us 1 lakh rupees, and if it is testing cost runs into crores, nobody will be able to make it. So what we have decided at HAL is that, yes, we will bear most part of the cost ourselves so that the industries and the MSMEs get encouraged. In the inaugural session, the speakers talked about the SWOT, the strength of the MSMEs. I fully acknowledge on behalf of my previous organization, HAL, that yes, MSMEs are very innovative, they are very reactive, they are very, very quick in delivering. And we would like to see that they become a part of the ecosystem of the aerospace and defense. One of the surprising things you would be able to take that there is no dearth of industries participating into the ISRO's program. Now you would ask me that question that why are you bringing ISRO into this? While I produce 24, 50, or my production of 70 or 80 aircraft in a year, ISRO's launch is single digit in a year. 9 PSLVs in a year, or maybe 3 GSLVs in a year. There is no dearth of industry in India supporting ISRO for 9 sets. So this is not a challenge of the number, because with that number you get 2 things. One is the pride of getting associated with the defense. We are all very, very proud to be associated with the defense of the country. We call ourselves the force behind the forces, and we take pride into that. Not only that, the numbers do not actually represent the turnover. When you look at the cost of the aircraft, it's significantly very high. It is not compared to the truck, although numbers of the truck will be more, but the cost of the aircraft is much higher. So when we contribute to an aircraft, probably with the lesser number, I will be able to achieve the turnover in a faster way. And please believe me, a Chief Marshal has told me to cite some examples. We have the examples of the industries with us, whom we have held hand. Today, they are the biggest exporters to the Boeings, to the Airbus from India. I would not like to name them at this forum because it will be looking as if I am trying to advertise their capabilities. But those are the people who have joined HAL as a small industries, gained enough experience through the hand-holding by HAL, and qualified to reach the AS9100T requirement, and they are the biggest exporter. Please note that the Boeing itself imports 1 billion from India. And these are all given by the industries, private industries, and they are not very large industries which are participating. So what I can promise you, I can show you that there is a big opportunity for the MSMEs. Yes, we understand that our procurement procedures are governed by the L1, procurement policy, which is a limitation. And if you would have seen the newspaper 3 days back, in one of the events, the deputy chairperson of the Niti Aayog, Mr. Rajiv Kumar, he acknowledged that L1 procedure is becoming one of the challenges and there is a need for us to review it. You would be happy to know that HAL has already done that. We do not believe into L1. What we do is that we first define the people onto the technical, reject the people who are below the quality level, and then we compare. Now it is comparison among equals. It is not that the person who is having a shop on the roadside is compared with the person who has got all the high-end 5-axis CNC machines. It cannot be. So we define the quality requirements, we define the technical requirements, and then we select, and then we compare, which is not L1 procedure per se, but it is also L1 because we have to meet the requirement of L1. We know that requirement, and we have taken care of this one. The most important part, which was brought out during the inaugural session, was the payment part. We understand, nobody understands better than HAL that the payment is one of the major issues. As a government policy, we also participate into TREAD, which is the discounting of the payment process. It is an online process. As soon as the item is received, within 7 days, those things go into the portal, and anybody who is in need of the money can go to that portal and straight away take the payment at certain discounted rate, which is the Government of India portal. This is not done by HAL. So we understand that MSMEs or the industries need the money faster. There is a process which has been introduced by the Honorable FM, and it is honored by us. So there are many opportunities. I would say that it's a good business. We heard that automobile industries, particularly the mechanical part of it with the IC engine, is going to go down. But I can assure you that the growth of the aviation sector in India is projected at a very high rate. My friends, the fellow presenters, they will talk to panelists, they will talk to you. Nothing less than 7% into the passenger traffic, nothing less than 10% into the MRO business is expected. And that brings the opportunity for all the friends sitting here that you would like to do that. I would like to conclude my talk hoping that you would have got all the answers to the questions which you have in your mind. But I am ready to answer that. At the same time, I would like you to know that the whole procurement process of HAL is available on site www.hal-india.co.in as a separate tab there, and it has got a completely procurement manual published there. So you will get to know everything, how HAL is procuring, how the tenders are floated, what are the conditions, and how you can become a part of it. One of the biggest advantage of registering with HAL is that we have got 20 units all over India. If you registered on the portal, you are registered for all the units. As per government policies, MSMEs do not deposit, do not give EMDs. That is respected by HAL, and that is another advantage which you have. Please take advantage. I would request particularly the members present here to become a part of the aviation family, much more proactive, and take this opportunity to join hand in the development of the nation and make Prime Minister's Make in India program a success. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Srivastav. Very well covered all the aspects of HAL's activities, its contribution, and how the MSMEs can get into the activities of HAL in terms of aircraft production, be it license production, be it otherwise, and also MRO activities. Next, we have Mr. Harihar Das from the GRSE. This is a unique institution, or I would say establishment in India. I mean, in this part of the country, Garden Reach, shipbuilding enterprise. It has been contributing a lot towards construction of ships and vessels of all types. So their experience is going to be unique, and I'm sure Mr. Das will be able to highlight what work they are doing and how the MSMEs are getting involved in meeting their tasks and challenges. Thank you.